Should life be feared or trusted? This question goes directly to how we live our life. In this video, I'll explain 10 important aspects on why it makes sense to trust life. We know unfortunate things can happen, so maybe we should be cautious. But we also know that if we're too cautious, we'll miss out on much of what life has to offer. By trust, I don't mean that everything will always turn out the way we want. By age 3, we've all experienced that things don't always go our way. However, we somehow continue to believe well into adulthood that they should. But what we can trust is that life will always be as it is. You can like it or not, but as you may have noticed, life doesn't cater to what we want. We can argue with how it's showing up for us now. We can say it's not fair, or why me, or I'm right, and so on. But when we do, we suffer. We somehow imagine that life should listen to our objections. We can admit that God got a lot of things right, but not this time. We can feel justified in opposing life. When there's certainty, there's rigidity. Sense how that feels in the body. See how it creates a separation between you and life. One day we might realize that when we oppose life, we suffer, like every time. And we might allow life to do what it will do already anyway. We can choose to respond to what life is offering rather than standing in opposition to it. We don't have to agree with or condone what's happening. We can simply acknowledge that what is currently happening is indeed happening. And then we are free to respond to the best of our understanding. We can let life take the lead. It's a bit like dancing and letting your partner lead. You're still engaged and sensitive to how things are moving, but you're responding to your partner's movements rather than insisting that things go your way. Perhaps we can look back on our life and recognize that some of our most significant shifts have come from very difficult situations. We may not want to repeat those circumstances, but hopefully we don't regret them either. The idea that we can control life sets us up for disappointment, frustration, and perhaps even rage when it goes another way. We can still plan, but we can do so with the understanding that life isn't obligated to fulfill our plans. Sometimes, yes, wonderful, enjoy that. There's no benefit in denying pleasurable outcomes, but temper your elation with the understanding that it won't always be like that. Remember that life is already leading. Our job is to get on board and enjoy the ride.